Today we have a never before seen Animal Crossing challenge going down on my island. Are you ready for what might be the most dramatic and most consequential challenge of all time? Well, let's get right into this Animal Crossing challenge. Today, I am announcing to all of my villagers that the last person asleep will be kicked off the island. That's right, it's a race to the beds. It's the race to counting sheep. ZZZ, more like bye bye bye. If you don't go to sleep, you will be kicked off the island. The rules are very simple. If you go to sleep, you're safe. If you're the last animal awake, you will be kicked off my island immediately. With that said, I started the day. Obviously, the start of the day, there's not much going on unless you love hearing about Isabel's new favorite TV show on the fake Nook TV. The day went by, I was doing lots of construction, building new things on my island. I've been making it very Halloween themed. Day slowly dwindled by, and of course, all 10 of the villagers are still alive in this competition. None of them have been eliminated. No one has been kicked off just yet. But I skipped around 11 p.m. and this is when villagers start to settle down and start going to sleep. The first thing I noticed was Apple and Lolly sitting down together, and wow, isn't that just the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? I mean, Lolly, Apple, and then all of a sudden Wisp shows up, the ghost. How perfect on the night where I'm trying to get my villagers to stay awake and compete against each other. Of course, the ghost comes around. What kind of creepy stuff? I feel like I just broke some glass and screamed Bloody Mary in the wall 5 times. I talked to Wisp and just see what's going on with him, and the funniest thing ever happens. He's screaming, talking about he's in so much pain. Apple just walks right past him. She does not care. She could not care less about his missing particles. Like, she honestly gives no fricks. Okay, that's a YouTube safe word. I then talked to Lolly, who tells me that Mary is sick and unable to leave her house, and I can't tell what the heck's going on here because that could be the best strategy. Being sick, you often go to sleep early because your body's tired and needs rest, so it might be a strategic move for Mary to be sick so she can go to sleep early. I'm not saying she's actually sick, and that's a good thing. I'm saying she's probably lying, telling everyone she's sick. That way she can go to bed early and be safe in this competition. I then go straight to everyone and tell them, stay away from Mary's house. I mean, above everything else, I am a very, very health conscious leader of this island, and I value safety over everything else. So I was really nervous when Mary told me that she was super sick. So I, of course, told all my villagers, and I had to put on a mask as well. I mean, I wasn't gonna go talk to Mary during this video without a mask on. What am I, Donald Trump? I mean, no. I do look orange, obviously, with this hat, but I'm certainly not a DJT, Donald J. Trump. I'm put on the mask and I'm going to Mary's and figuring out with my own 2 pumpkin smashed eyeballs. I'm going in there a little scared, but let's see what the situation's like with Mary, and let's see if she's going to sleep soon, because this competition is obviously really important. She could be kicked out. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if she's sick and gets kicked out tonight? What a double whammy for Mary. Anyways, she is super sick. But is she? She's like, oh, Niko, I feel so gross. Like when folks say, ew, gross. This is the nose gunk on your sleeve kind of gross. Achoo. You know, the way she's playing it up does seem like she's kind of faking it, but, you know, a sneeze doesn't lie. I mean, she looked really sick. Like Shakira's hips, sneezes don't lie. So, not really thinking she's lying. I then look at Marina, and Marina's already asleep. Girl, it's 11 p.m. None of my other villagers are really asleep. We have Apple, who's just walking around sweeping the place. Mary's still awake in her sick petri dish house. Bam is still awake and talks to us about how he's working up a sweat. You know, that's a good way of going to sleep early, is working out really hard, making your bone and your body tired, so that way you can go to sleep early. So we're seeing around this island right now a lot of villagers doing deep strategy, making sure that they can go to sleep early, because, as a reminder, pretty serious, the last person awake on this island is going to be kicked out. So the key is to go to sleep early. Beautiful skies out tonight, full of stars. I'm talking to Sherry. She's fishing. Potentially Sherry's last fishing trip on the island. This could be the last day and last time that Sherry is fishing on the island, so she got to take it in. I then went to the Nook's Cranny just to see if there's anything interesting to shop for. There's this beautiful spooky lantern that I really wanted. I wanted to see if anyone was in the store to see who else is awake. And of course, Zucker is awake, shopping, going on a shopping spree. Good for him. Late night shopping spree. I'm honestly kind of jealous. I'm now walking around, I'm looking at Apple. She is still completely oblivious to the world. She could care less. There's two wisp spirits just floating around her. It's like two ghosts are literally in front of Apple saying, help, help. And she's just sitting there underneath a coconut tree just enjoying herself. So last year, as Apple would say. She's taking a fab break, a fabulous, awesome break. I mean, good for her. I talked to Lolly. She's talking to me about Halloween. It's so cute seeing my villagers getting so excited over Halloween. It really puts me in the spirit more. I'm like, dang, you're right. Just a few days into Halloween. Anyways, we're now at around like 1 a.m. Tex is still awake. I'm noticing that most of my villagers have gone to sleep. Bam has gone to sleep. Arena has gone to sleep, of course. Lolly is officially asleep now. I see Tex is still awake, of course. We're gonna go into his house and really dive into what's going on here. And he's wearing his silky pajamas. Casa de Tex. That's Spanish for Tex crib. Good for him learning Spanish. Good for him. And then just walk around his house. Tex's house is so much fun. I thought maybe if I walked around his house, maybe he'd get more sleepy or maybe even more energetic. I don't know. He's got big drum sets and, you know, like a bar and grill. I have no idea how he got that stuff. I checked Mary's house. Mary's asleep. I think the sick strategy worked for her. You know, her being sick, getting really tired, it just works. It makes sense. It's 1:35 a.m., which is a very late time in Animal Crossing, and we're now quickly finding out that most of my villagers are in fact asleep right now. And I have a quick recap for you guys. There is officially only 3 villagers left in this competition. Sherry, whose house we're going into right now, Tex, and Cherry. Cherry, Sherry, Tex. One of those 3 villagers will be leaving tonight. Whichever one is still awake, the last villager awake, walking around the island in their house, just awake, will be kicked off the island. There's only 3 of them left. And I gotta say, I don't want Cherry to leave, and I'd be happy to see Tex or Sherry go. I think it's their time, honestly. So I'm just walking around my village at night, and I advise you to carry some mace or pepper spray when you're walking around your island at night. You never know what crazy animals are literally lurking in the shadows. And Sherry says she's out playing right now. Playing? I feel like that's a little dangerous, Sherry. But Sherry does live on the dangerous side. So I thought, you know, let's give her a little present. I had nothing to give her. I just had a bunch of trees and birch on my hands. So I just gave her a random little dress, you know. Hope she enjoys it. Good for the nighttime, I'd say. She's constantly hiding in the trees, too. I don't know if that's like a Cherry-ism. You know, like, is that something Cherry does all the time? Hide in trees? I don't know. Maybe she likes to hang in a tree like cherries. As you can see, I'm fishing now for one of the coolest fishes in the game, and I'm really hoping it's something interesting, and it is. It's a really awesome ribbon eel, and I really thought after I gave Cherry a present, I'd give Tex and Sherry presents as well, because I think it's only fair. You know, one of these 3 villagers are leaving, might as well make it a good night for them, and maybe the presents will keep them awake longer. So I gave Tex the eel, and I obviously gave Cherry the dress, and now I found Sherry, and it's time for me to give her a present as well. And I really didn't have anything to give Sherry, and I kind of ran out of ideas and gave her a dress. We're now at 1:54 a.m. at Tex's place, and it is really late, but he is still barely awake. You know, I almost thought, you know, Tex is asleep. Maybe we should count that as it being asleep, but no, he is still awake, still in the running to get kicked out. He's just enjoying his, you know, little ice cube of a home. Why not? Why not enjoy yourself? I then gave Cherry some more cherries. I thought, you know, this is kind of exciting. It might be her last night. It now looks that Tex is asleep, meaning it's between Sherry and Cherry, the 2 Karens on the island, Sherry and Carrie. Sherry and Mary? Wait, there's so many Aries in my island. Sherry is still awake though, and she's actually really active. She's sitting by the lake, watching the water. I like to do this too. I like to go outside at night and just sit by nature and really soak it in, being the only one outside. Will it be Cherry or Sherry? Which one will be going to sleep? And I have a special announcement, folks. Someone has gone to sleep. There's only one more person awake. It's between Sherry and Sherry. And I can announce to you now, looking at Sherry's home, that Sherry has gone to sleep, which means that Cherry is the last villager awake, which means that Cherry will be leaving the island immediately. Excuse me? Yes? Okay. I have a special message. I just got called from Barbara Nook, and she told me that there is a special announcement that Tex wants everyone to go to right now. He is holding a special meeting in the middle of town. Everyone is being awoken. This is a national emergency. We are now going to report live from Nook Studios, where Tex is announcing a big change. Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. As you know, Cherry was the last villager awake tonight, and obviously we're all awake now. I'm very sorry. Yeah, man, what's wrong with you? We were sleeping. Okay, listen, guys. I have talked to Cherry for a long time. Cherry, I don't want you to go. This isn't how it was supposed to be. You weren't supposed to leave. It's Halloween. You're like the Halloween queen around here. You can't leave now. You can't leave. Oh, Tex, you wouldn't. I would. Everyone, I'm announcing that I will be leaving the island instead of Cherry. Crickets. Really, no one cares? Okay, seriously, guys. Cherry really loves this island. She's so excited for Halloween. I don't really care for Halloween. People just usually throw me into the river and make fun of me during Halloween. I've had really dark. I don't really want to be here for Halloween. In fact, I don't really want to be here at all. I just don't really care. So I am officially going to be leaving in Cherry's place. Wow, how honorable. What a great man that Tex is. Well, that works for me. I guess Tex is officially leaving my island, and he has left. And I have one more special announcement. Eric will be replacing Tex, my most wanted villager. Eric, I found him on my live stream while I was hunting for villagers, and I was so ecstatic. He is replacing Tex. What a trip. If you want to keep watching crazy Animal Crossing challenges just like this, make sure to click that link, that box right in front of you. That's a playlist of all my super fun Animal Crossing challenges. Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell for daily videos just like this. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, Tex. You'll be missed.